Why did you lose interest in entertainment news on Instagram? Let's find out. We will start with the situation. Here with me I have the Angel Numbers Oracle deck, and that already tells me that it has to do with something related to numbers, maybe viewers, maybe followers, I don't know. Let's see what it has. We're gonna be picking two cards. So the first card is 3636, Change Catalyst, reversed. Embrace endings as opportunities for new beginnings. Your future is bright. And this came in reverse, which is already telling me that there's some sort of block, right? So maybe things are starting to feel a little bit repetitive and they're not, all these news are not really adding to your life anymore or changing your life in any way. So there's a little bit of, the mystic is gone, the magic is gone. It's becoming so mundane. Like, for some reason before, this entertainment news used to feel like an escape, right? Because we have 36 is 9 and 36 is 9 and that's 9. And that's 18 and 1 plus 8 equal 9. So that's the power of 9. 9 is like dreaming, like long distance travel, traveling thanks to your mind. And so the fact that this is in reverse, it's feeling like, it's becoming a little bit meh, blah, right? Like, it doesn't feel like an escape anymore. Let's pick a clarifier card to see what else do we have. And with it, there is the 2727 inner strength. You possess inner strengths. Use it to overcome challenges on your journey. And what's funny is, if you notice, 2 and 7 is 9 again. And then 2 and 7 is 9 again, and that's 9, and that's 18. I mean, come on, the coincidences. It's like you got the yin and the yang of a certain energy here, right? And if you look at the halos, you have like one halo down, one halo up. And so I think it could be sudden loss of interest or something that was coming all along that you knew was gonna come. Because maybe you overplayed news, it became saturated, whatever it is. And so now you reach the point where, from one aspect, this is no longer enticing, exciting. It doesn't allow you to dream. But at the same time, I think the way you're interpreting it is like it feels as if you have gained inner strength. Like you don't need that escape anymore. Like they already played a role in your life and now, that role is over. Doesn't mean, that you were dumb before for watching them and now suddenly you're like empowered or whatever. No, they can be a great source of escape, but before they used to play that role in your life, and now that that role has ended and you no longer need that escape, you already possess the inner strength to deal with life's challenges, right? Throughout your journey in your everyday day life, that you don't need to binge anymore to disconnect in that way, right? Or at least maybe you're moving on to binging to other material, because we're specifically focusing here on entertainment news on Instagram. So, by the way, excuse me, I have flu, so dealing with that. But hey, I decided to hell with it. We're gonna be doing our first video on this channel with this new format that I'm presenting for you, that will be focusing on just simple questions, very specific for you out there who resonated with it, and I hope you're gonna love them. So yeah, let's move on. So now we're gonna be talking about what is influencing this, right? And for that, you got the Voyager deck. And so we're gonna move past these here. Let's put them here. Okay. And so let's see what is influencing that loss of interest that you're experiencing, right? Let's see what the Voyager Tarot here is telling me. And remember when we were talking about travel, right? And this is the Voyager Tarot. This is really talking about that actual traveling or that mental escape as well. So let's see how that will be playing and how it is really influencing that decision of yours that, what used to interest you on Instagram when it comes to entertainment news is no longer cutting the chase. So the first card is Fortune. I love this. This is number 10, and this comes after the 9, right? You had the 9 here. This is a progression. So that means whatever is influencing you is pushing you in the right direction. This is where you need to be, dedicating your time from now on, moving forward. And before I put the clarifier, however you decide to invest your time, the time that you used to binge watch before on these entertainment news, however you're going to decide to apply that time, somehow it's going to bring you fortune. So before I jump to any conclusions, we're going to be looking at what type of fortune, because it could be a transformation where you can transform yourself. It could be new hobbies. It could be actually money. It could be nourishing a passion. We'll see. But this is very already positive. So let's take a clarifier card and see what this is all about. Beautiful. 3 of Wands, upright. And so influence, you already got that upright energy in both cards, which means really you're on the right path here. And if you look at the 3 of Wands, in the Voyager Tarot here, it talks about compassion. Okay? And the 3 of Wands is, in the traditional tarot, it talks about that need for exploration, that your ships are coming, right? That your plans are starting to materialize, and where you already have one foot out the door, sort of thing, towards your new adventure. And what I like about this with the compassion here card and all this beautiful, beautiful energy is that time that you used to spend, scrolling through these feeds, reel after reel after reel, explore, hide, not interested. Why am I watching this? Why did this pop up? Why is there so much AI? Why is there so much I don't know what? Why is there so much gossip? Why is this so lame? Why is this fake? Why do I have to double check each news if it's true? Why are these people still talking about this? Whatever it is that you is going through your mind as you're watching it, all that time is now, as I mentioned, will be focused toward building some sort of fortune. And that fortune is going to offer you a journey of compassion. First and foremost, it's compassion towards yourself. So you're going to be more compassionate towards yourself instead of punishing yourself for all the hard work that you do, or going through all these self-destructive habits and stuff like that. You're going to learn to love yourself more. You're going to learn to take a moment for yourself, take a beat, and not be constantly on or feeding your brain information, right? So you're going to learn to be compassionate with your energy as well, because the wands is energy. And so you're going to learn to be gentle with yourself. And at the same time, this is talking about a gaze inward and outward as well when it comes to the mind travel. So instead of your mind going to these trips, right, of celebrity gossip and entertainment news and God knows what, now your mind will be reflected towards sorry if I can talk, but because I'm really, really sick here. And so your mind will be now concentrating more first on discovering yourself, what really makes you tick, on the inside, and that's the internal journey. And second, that time also you might be spending it planning trips or journeys or local adventures or traveling, however you see fit, right? That will give you back that sense of magic and wonder and adventure and renewal and all of that. And oh, how lucky you're gonna be. Whatever you're gonna, whether you're going to see a psychologist, whether you're seeing a life coach, whether you're meditating, whether you're delving into your deep inner selves, you're going to find treasures, right, that you never knew about yourself. And whether also you undertake new journeys, new hobbies, new activities, new passions, also it's going to be really enriching you. So you see, there was a reason why you lost interest, and there was a reason why before that was essential in your life. You needed to binge all that. You needed to be on autopilot sometimes. You needed to shut off your brain and feed it just junk, just for you to, be able to continue with your life. And so I like that a lot. All right, now next we are going to see the outcome. And for the outcome, we have here the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. And so this is telling me that, because also this is a manual deck, that's the only deck that I actually cut up myself. And so this is really telling me that the outcome has to do with you taking an initiative, of you making something happen, making a dream happen, making an escape happen, right? Making a journey happen. In the traditional sense, like, it takes intention, labor, effort, all that. And so yeah, let's see. I was called to shuffle it twice. And already here, like, look, the fortune card is rearing its head. So that's already a good omen. And so let's see. Let's see what do we have here. What is the outcome? King of Pentacles. Yes. This definitely aligns with the fortune. This is talking about stability, security, financial stability, financial security, being good in your own skin. I love it. Abundance. So let's see the other card with it. And the other card with it is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Beautiful how this all tied up. So the Eight of Pentacles, when it's not in reverse, it talks about, mastery and working and putting all that time and effort into your craft and your work. And so the fact that they came in reverse means, this phase is over. So you were putting all that work, you were mastering, and you were putting all those hours, and it was exhausting and it was crazy, and it was like one thing after another, right, off your to-do list. And at the end of each day, or during that day, your only breathing space was these entertainment news on Instagram. And so, that's why now you're gonna lose interest, or you already lost interest in them, because suddenly, right, all of a sudden, you're gonna feel like, now I already built something for me that will be able to give me the stability I need without dragging myself through mud here, right? So whether you already invested something and now it's yielding, whether you already applied to a job and finally you got it, whether you were saving and now it's due and you're collecting, whether you were selling something and now you're doing all of that, reaping the reward, right? Whether you built yourself a passive income, a passive channel, and whatever that is, whether you're doing it now because you might be doing it now with the outcome card or in the near future, right? And so this is definitely linked to this fortune here, right? The one we talked about in the influence. And this is only possible because you decided to take a break from that labor and put all that effort into that inner journey or outer journey that we discussed. And it's gonna bring so much luck to you, like you are not going to believe it. Like you are so lucky here, so abundant. It's looking amazing. You're gonna be like, if you look back, right, to the past, you're gonna be like, I cannot believe I used to hustle that much. I used to work so much, tirelessly, endlessly. And I could not believe that my only respite, my only relaxing time was binging on these Instagram entertainment news, right? Now, as much as they were vital to my life in the past, now how trivial and ridiculous they look to me. Now, I'm like, who gives a F? Because now I already discovered something about me. I discovered that I don't need to prove to myself or to the world that I can hustle 24/7, that I'm not a machine. I proved to myself that I can build something that's sustainable and that will allow me break time. And this break time plus all that stability and abundance is going to allow me to create more and be in touch more with my inner self, right? I'm gonna discover things about myself, of how much I'm resilient, of how much I'm a creator, of how much I'm abundant, all of these things. But also I'm going to discover that hard labor, the old entertainment led to this, and now I have built this abundant future for myself. And I'm gonna be going on these journeys, on these travel, on these trips, adopting activities. It's like you're building a whole new life ahead of you. And so, of course, everything that's new is so exciting, right? And so, of course, because you are building so many new things and experiencing so many new things, that your baseline just shifted. And of course, suddenly you're gonna lose interest in these things and think they're trivial. You might come back to them in the future under other circumstances, but for now, I mean, who cares, right? Like, you're way too focused on you here. Beautiful. Now, any advice? Let's see. Here with me, I have the Lenormand, and I like this because this is usually a very mystic energy. And so maybe this could be a very interesting advice, a hidden advice, or something that you find peculiar. Let's see. So the first card is this one, and it came in reverse. All right. And before we interpret it, let's look at the other one, because these are like visual cards, and so we'll interpret them together. This one, the coffin. All right, number 8. And number 1. Okay. You tell me. I'm not gonna say a word. You tell me. By the way, have you noticed that we had the 9 here, right? 9999. And then we had the 10, right? Right? We had the 10. And then we had the 8. So we had 8, 9, 10, right? Like, right? And then what do we have here? 8 and 1, that's 9. I mean, come on, you cannot make this stuff up. You cannot. You just simply cannot. And so, what is the advice? The advice here is that your future is not going to look like anything from your past. So stop looking backwards and thinking that this is the end of things, right? Like, this is things will always be how things will always be. No, because this also talks about transformation. You will be reborn. You will be reborn, and you will have all this life of fortune and adventures, and all your previous hard work has already paid up. And so, no, you are not going back to eat, work, binge, right, on Instagram news, and then entertainment news, and then sleep. No. The advice is to believe in yourself and to believe that the future, your future, does not look like your past. And you know who I'm talking with, right? Because if you're drawn to this question, to this video, then you're really tapped into this energy. Now, let's see the last 2 cards we're going to be picking, and this is additional information, so let's see. This could be anything. I like to keep the mystery in these readings, so let's see. This is the clarifying life situation, so there's definitely something murky here in your life that you needed clarify. It could be a question that you needed an answer to. It could be something related to this. It could be something on your mind that's not letting you sleep at night. Let's see what is this. Commit to the journey. What was I saying? Oh, for God's sake. With determination, go all in for the long term. Your steadfast focus will bring lasting rewards. Oh my God, this is really talking about that journey that you're taking, right? I told you, it will bear fruits. Think long term. Don't allow whatever, your loss of interest in these entertainment news that were your only respite so far make you think that, what now? I already lost the only pleasure that I had, which was like to binge on these entertainment news, right? What would I do now? No, you're gonna do a lot. You're gonna do a lot, and definitely it's not hustling, right? Like, oh my God, beautiful. So you get another clarifier, which is the final clarifier. Let's see. Release and renew. Beautiful message. Embrace the flow of letting go to welcome renewal. allowing new energy to shape your path. Oh my God, I forgot how much I enjoy doing these readings. Oh my God, release and renew. Exactly, release the past. It's fine, you lost interest in watching these entertainment news, you lost interest in binging. Doesn't mean anything. It just means that phase of your life is over for now and it's time to shift focus. You're gonna do great. You're gonna do amazing, amazing, amazing. And so with that, I end my reading. I hope you enjoyed it. From now on, this channel is dedicated to these type of readings. You're always gonna get the same spread with me, right? But as you saw here, every time we have situation, influence, outcome, advice, and information. And for each position in the spread, I will be always picking 2 cards, which is like 1 card and then the clarifier. And I'm gonna be choosing, following my intuition, before we start the reading, once I meditate on your energy and the question, I'm gonna choose 5 different decks, a deck for each position, because a deck is very telling as well when it comes to what sort of energy it wants to transmit to you. And so every single video will be answering a very, very specific question that's on your mind, that's not letting you sleep, or it's just like haunting you. And, keep visiting my channel. You'll find a lot of answers. All right, kisses.